Due to technical difficulties, there will be no video on this devotion. Today on Running to Him, names and words have meaning. If you're joining us in going through the books of Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther, today's reading is Esther chapter 9, verses 20 to 32, and we will concentrate on verses 26 and 27. Verse 26 says, "Therefore they called these days Purim after the name pure. And because of the instructions in this letter, both what they had seen in this regard and what had happened to them, the Jews established and made a custom for themselves and for their descendants, and for all those who allied themselves with them, so that they would not fail to celebrate these 2 days according to their regulation and according to their appointed times annually." Now, it's always interested me in how a term for something is passed down from generation to generation. For example, once in a blue moon, meaning very rarely, comes from the idea that every 32 months, a full moon occurs twice in the same month. Looking a gift horse in the mouth comes from the idea that you would check the age of a horse by looking at its teeth. It would be rude to accept a gift of a horse and then look into its mouth to check out whether the horse was young or old. The name Feast of Purim has a fascinating history of itself. The term pure means from a lot, and Haman used some kind of method, this was a method of dice, that had another instrument to determine the month and the day that the Jews would be killed. So the term Purim means the feast of the lot, a remembrance of what occurred in the desired destruction of the Jews and how it was thwarted. Well, we use various things to remember important dates. Now, if you were in Greece, your birthday would not be as important as your name day. This is a day that the Orthodox Church has set aside to remember the name of the saint after whom you were named. Tony's name day remembers Saint Anthony of Egypt. He was a 4th century monk, known as the Desert Father, and considered the father of monasticism. I have 2 days which celebrate my name, Phineas, both on September 2nd and October 29th. My name comes from Phineas, who was the priest in Numbers chapter 25, verse 7 and following, who executed a judgment of righteousness. What we call things is important, not because there's something magical about the word, but because it reminds us of something. Christmas is named so that we may remember Christ. Birthdays are named so that we remember the day that that person was born. And that's hence the celebration was called Purim, to remember the event. Today there's a movement on to change important terms. The words man or woman are changed into person. The removal of gender-specific terms relating to God, and even the definition between sex and gender. These changes are meant to minimize their importance and gather just some kind of negative impact on our lives. I believe that these changes are to direct us away from our recognition of God's hand in our lives. Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. If you listen to us on Facebook or YouTube, please like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. You can always email us at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.